They say the best way to learn a new game is to teach it to a friend. So today we're going to learn how to play American Mahjong. This particular set is from Yellow Mountain Importers, and this is a 144 tile set. Now before we dive into how to play, let's go through the different type of tiles we have on the table. There are 4 different types of tiles in our set. The first being blank tiles. These tiles are just extras in case we lose a piece. So for now, we're going to put these aside. Now to explain the remaining 3 types of tiles, I brought a couple props along to show you. Today I have a deck of 52 playing cards, Racco, and a dominoes set. Mahjong shares a lot of similarities with a few American games, including these 3. So I'll use these as sort of a reference point to help us both understand how this game is played. So we'll start off with our second type of tiles, which are the flower and season tile. We have 1 through 4 black, 1 through 4 red. These tiles have a special point value at the end of the game, but during regular gameplay, they don't have much value. So I'll explain them more in a little bit. Our third type of tile, which is this row, and our fourth type of tile, which is this row, are the tiles that we will be using primarily in this game. To help explain, I've set out some playing cards. So the third type of tile that we have in a Mahjong set is called our honors tile. These include 4 big wins and 3 dragons. So the honors, which include the 4 wins and the 3 dragons, are arranged in this manner to show that they are basically like 2 different families. You get more points if you collect all of these, and you get more points if you collect all of these. In Mahjong, like a game of poker, you're building a hand in front of you, and the person that lays down their hand first is the winner of the game. Now, while I did lay down kings and queens in different locations, it's actually important to note that these and these are worth the same collectively. These can be interchanged because this grouping and this grouping are worth the same point value. They do not make as many points if you combine some of both, but rather if you have all of these or all of these. So we have our season and flower tiles, we have our honor tiles, and now we move to the suits. From left to right, we have our dots suit, we have our Chinese characters or cracks suit, and we have our bamboo or bombs suit. I've arranged them from 1 to 9 in each section. That way you have a visual of what they're supposed to look like. That'll be important later. All you need to know now in this example is that the dots correspond to the white dragon, the characters correspond to the red dragon, and the bamboo correspond to the green dragon. Also of note, there are 4 of every type. 4 red flower and season tiles, 4 black flower and season tiles, 4 of each dragon, 4 of each wind, 4 of each number within every set. Now the last thing we will need to play our game is a 6-sided die. Now it's time to set up. Begin by turning all of our tiles over, face down on the table. This is where the game will mimic dominoes. Once they're all turned over, we'll mix these all together vigorously. And after everything's mixed together, we're going to build 4 walls. So you and all of the other players will grab 36 tiles, but don't look at them. Instead, we're going to set them in a row 18 high and 2 stacks wide. Once all the tiles are stacked up, we'll push the tiles together to form a box. Now, different than dominoes, there is a specific way to pull your tiles and create your hand. You can either take a 6-sided die and roll for highest score, or the host can roll, and starting with themselves, they can count in a counterclockwise way and determine the dealer. Once the dealer has been determined, the dealer will roll a number, 4, and once again counting from themselves, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the wall will be broken, and by breaking the wall, this is where we will start drawing our hands from this side. Now, where specifically in this wall are we going to draw from? Well, for that, this player is also going to roll the die. It's a 5, so we have a total of 9. They're going to start from the right-hand side of their row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the part that's going to be the live wall, where we're going to be drawing from. And this is what's going to be called a dead wall. More on that in a second. Starting with the dealer, each player will take 4 of the tiles on the right side of the live wall. So I'll take 4, this player will take 4, this player will take 4, and you will take 4. We'll continue around in a circle until each of us have 12 tiles. Now for the last pull, the dealer is going to take 2 tiles, and every other player is going to take 1 tile. Now at this point, everyone will look at their tiles. We'll play it open, that way you can see what's going on with everyone's tiles. But generally, they would just be shown to you. Now look through your tiles, and if you see any flower or season tiles, you'll place those to the right side of your hand. Then you will go to the furthest most side of the tile. If you were sitting from this side, it would be the rightmost tile. And you will take a replacement tile for your hand. And then once there are no more flower or season tiles in your hand, start arranging them by like types. So we have our cracks, we have our bamboo, we have our dots, we have our winds, our dragons. Now the dealer at this point has 14 tiles while everyone else has 13. That is for a purpose. Similar to Racco, the gameplay goes as follows. You take a tile and you discard a tile face up in the middle. In this case, the dealer has been given an extra tile. They look through their hand and determine 1 tile that they'd like to get rid of. Let's say I get rid of this tile. That tile is now available for you to pick or not to pick. The gameplay goes in the counterclockwise direction until someone has the winning hand. Now speaking of winning, let's get into points and how the game is played. The goal of Mahjong is to have the most points at the end of 16 rounds. A round is played until someone lays down all of their tiles face up. So let's talk points. Remember the flower and season tiles? Since we put them aside, it's important to note that if at any point any player collects all 8 flower or season tiles, they win the round. Flower and season tiles are worth 2 points per every flower or season tile that you have. But once again, you only get the points if you're the one with the winning hand. When we're arranging our hands, it's a lot like poker. You're looking for higher amounts of higher value cards, such as our honors that we talked about earlier. Right now, you have 1 honor there. You have a number of dots, a few bamboos, and a singular crack. Like poker, you get more points for higher value tiles. So, if you get 3 sets of 3 dragons, or 3 sets of 3 of the 4 winds, you will earn more than if you have a run of 3. Like poker, you're looking for a theme. So if you go with dragons, go with dragons. If you go with wind, go with wind. If you decide to go with rows, make sure that they're all within the dots, or all within the bamboo, or all within the characters. You'll net less points, or even 0 points, if you just choose one of everything. As you play the game, you're trying to figure out what hand can I get to quickly that nets me a lot of points, but doesn't take so much time that someone else might lay down a hand first. Throughout the game, you are developing a hand that includes pairs, sets of 3, sets of 4, and runs of 3. A 3 of a kind is known as a pung. A 4 of a kind is known as a kong, and a 3 in a row is known as a chow. If you take a tile from the center and it makes a pung, a kong, or a chow, you have to declare whatever it corresponds to and lay it face up in front of you. So here's an example of this. At this point, all of your hands would be up like this, but as you can tell, you have a concealed pung. Now there's a piece out there that would give you a full kong. It is already revealed, however, so if you take it, you declare kong, and you will lay those corresponding tiles down in front of you. These tiles still count as your hand, but now everyone else on the board can tell that you have this. If you reveal a kong, there's a special part of the game that happens. You get an additional extra tile from the dead wall that goes to your hand. The reason being, there's a special hand in this game where you have 3 kongs, which will all wind up being revealed, and that nets you extra points. That particular hand is worth a total of 32 points, so don't worry if you see someone else going for it. There are still higher hands out there that you can win with. How do you reveal a hand? I've set this up special just so that it makes the most sense. Number 1, you can only reveal your hand on your turn. You might have more tiles if you're doing the 3 kong hand. Otherwise, you're going to have 14 tiles in your hand. If you had one of your pungs revealed but the rest of them concealed, you'd declare Mahjong, turn over your tiles, and you'd have your winning hand. We have 4 pung plus 2 pair, all in the same suit, which is good for bonus points. We'll count those up and write our score down for that round. Once our score is tallied, we'll move on to the next round, rotating the dealer spots to the next rightmost position. And continue from there. Turn them all over, shuffle them, build your walls, roll your dice, and make your hands. Well, that was how to play Mahjong by a beginner. Hopefully it was helpful to you. In any case, I hope you had fun today. I had a lot of fun explaining it, and I look forward to playing some more Mahjong in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week.